Bom dia and welcome to Portugal Dreams. We've had an absolutely amazing week again. As you can probably see, the weather's been great. So we've had plenty of time to be productive, from making our oodle beds to planting our first seedlings of the year, naming our chickens and much more. So watch on to see what we do. So at long last it is time to name the chickens. They are just behind me, as you can see. So we had loads of great name suggestions from everyone, so I want to thank everyone for all the name suggestions because I'm really not that creative. It was nice to see a couple of you had agreed on some of the names we'd already picked, so thank you to Angelica Padro and Sally Stanley for agreeing with Henrietta. And thank you to Ruth Constantino for agreeing on Dora the Explorer. We had amazing name suggestions, like I said, some absolutely great ones. Florabella, Mrs. Percy, Lucy, Bertha, Gertrude, Beverly. But we did end up on deciding on one. Thank you to Kaz for this suggestion. It's Yoko Ono. I just think it worked really well with the other egg puns that we had going already. We do plan to be getting some more in the future, more chucks, so we'll probably ask for more name suggestions then. So this lady you can see here at the front, this one is Henrietta. You can tell she is Henrietta because she's got that lovely big cone on the top of her head. And then this next lady here is Yoko Ono. Again, thank you Kaz for that name. And our final lady, who is now hiding so beautifully at the back because she doesn't want to be on camera, is Dora the Explorer. I will just leave them be now. I'm just letting them have a bit of a wander.
So what I'm doing is just nipping the edge together. Hopefully when I screw some supports into here, it'll hold this bit down. If not, we'll have a plan B, but I ain't got there yet. I'm rolling this edge so nobody cuts themselves leaning over it. So as you can see, we all get into it. We're not afraid of doing a little bit of banging and hammering and what have you. Debbie's always been quite good at stuff like this, so well, always quite willing. Let's put it that way. Just give her a hand to fold all this over because I don't think she'll be able to do it. It's awkward and she's got bad arm as well.
So Steve's just cutting the... Are they upright, Steve?
Yeah, these are the uprights, so
yeah.
They're going to stand like that, and then the metal's going to go against them long ways and short ways, or whichever way. And then I'm going to have a couple of spots in the middle, and then probably a cross brace to stop the metal folding out. Hopefully it'll look something like...
Oops.
Just a rough idea. Hopefully it'll sit something like that, and then the other panel will go at 90 degrees to that, beam across the middle, yeah, and then that's it more or less together. The beam across the middle will need a tie to hold it together, stop it pulling apart when we put weight in it.
And then we might paint them later when we get a bit of time.
Yeah, hopefully that'll work. If it don't work, well, we'll do something different. We'll put a piece lengthwise, either across the top, across the bottom, when we're ready. But we want to get on with some planting, so I'm trying to do these
as quick as you can, really.
Quick as I can with the materials we've got. So
what are you doing now, Steve?
So I'm just nailing the panels onto the 2 round bars at the corners, and I'm just going to stand it upright and just see what it looks like, see whether I like it or not. I've still got a middle rail to put in, which I haven't cut yet, because I didn't want to cut the wood down and waste it if it didn't look like it was going to work. So I'm just going to stand it up.
That's going to
I
look...
hope the floor's not level here. No, I mean, it's not, I know it isn't. So I'm going to sit down, and if it doesn't sit down, we'll scrape a bit out as we sit it, just to make it nice and level. Well, not nice and level, but you know, to make it sit down.
Levelish, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll get a centre beam in there, and then do the same with the others. And then what I'll do is, we'll take them to where we're going to have them. And
fix the ends on.
Fix the ends to similar sort of thing, just a bit further in, so you'll still see the rustic post, because we use all old wood if we can. We try and recycle as much as we can, so
Yeah.
I think that'll look okay. These might need a bit of cleaning up, but if we clean them up they'll only get like this later, so...
I won't bother. I think I'm going to paint the galvanised metal at some later date.
Yeah,
it's just a case of getting things up and running now so we can get some veg planted.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
We've got some ends, as you've probably said, so when they get laying and we get some veg, yeah, we'll be part way of getting a little bit self-sufficient. We're never going to be fully self-sufficient, we won't grow that amount of stuff. But if we can get like peas, carrots, strawberries,
vegetables salads,
do melons and stuff like that at a later date, but main thing is just to get some salady stuff doing, lettuce and
few herbs,
spring onions, that sort of thing. Yeah, and it'll be a trial. We did a little trial down on the garden, as you saw,
on the top terrace,
but then with the bad weather we had, it sort of ruined getting out to tend to them very much, because it was so wet and boggy. But we still got quite a good amount of produce off that.
We didn't do bad for what we'd put in. We did quite well, yeah.
So hopefully when we get these up, they're going to be about, what, a metre wide, something like that, 3 metres long more or less, so we should have quite a good area, sort of double what we dug out down there. So, and it gets rid of some of the material we've got kicking about the farm as well, so should be all good.
So Steve's just getting the panels in place.
Well, I'm getting in an area where I can actually get at it to work.
Yep.
He wants to go further that way when we actually get it put together.
Yep.
I won't be finishing it off tonight. I'm just going to nail the end panels because I've got some more to cut inside. And to be honest, it's getting a bit late. We've had a run into town today and I've had enough now. So. Oh, there's two. You see one on the corner with his back to us. So this is the rough size of the raised bed. It's going to be a nice height for Debbie and Ellie Rose to work at. I've got a cross brace to put in on those square beams. I don't think the rest will need one, it's only to stop it bulging out. What we're going to do is put some blocks at the bottom actually, because we've got quite a lot of moles in the lower garden. I don't know whether it'll get through this stuff, but if we put some blocks in, and then we'll start building up from there, just stop them getting through, and it'll use some of these up so we haven't got as much waste, because we're trying to use as much of the stuff what's laying about the land as possible. These are a little bit dirty, yeah, no other way of putting it really. Yeah, Debbie says she might paint these up. The sides are quite good, they're not bad, they're still pretty shiny galvanised material, but I think they'd look better coloured. What I might do at some later date, just to make sure they don't have any problems, is put a piece of wood across here and down there, so there's something to just protect them a little bit. It's just a thought at the moment. We might just see how that goes. If any of them get any trouble, you know, any problems with it, although I have rolled the edges down, then I'll put some wood on to cover it up. But that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make probably 3 of those, so this one will be moved slightly left, a little bit closer to the woodshed. Then when that wall comes out, another one will go round about here, in line with where that wall was, which will still give them walking room round. And then we should have room for another one somewhere where all these blocks are, which hopefully I'll have moved by then. So yeah, and a lot of this, I know these look big twigs, but there's a lot of really small bits of wood down there which might do as laying across the top just to keep the moisture in, like wood chips would or something like that, and also stop some of the weeds coming through. So as I say, we're going to try and use as much of the stuff what's on the land as we can. It's a little bit showery today. In between the showers I've put a crossbar in the raised bed to hold the thing from spreading, and I've been filling it with sorry, and I've been filling it with old wood what we've got kicking about. Most of this is absolutely rotten, so there is odd bits where, like that piece of trunk, which is okay, it's probably a bit big. I'm going to lift that out in a second, but I did put a piece down here which is well sort of rotted in, so what we're going to do now is start filling it with straw. We've got plenty of straw, so we'll push some of that into the gaps and what have you, and build up probably until about the second rail here, because as soon as we start putting anything in, it's going to really crush it all down, so when we put the soil and what have you in. So what I'm going to do is put some of this straw into the bottom of the Hugel beds. I'm just thinking which is the best way of taking it out, whether from this side or the other side. This side's probably a little looser, but probably easier to get at. The other side's got some bits and bobs in the way. I'll show you that in a second. So if I come in from this side, I've got quite a lot of tiles and wood in the way. Some of the roof's already coming down, but some of it's bundled as well, which will make the job easier. So I think I'm going to start at this side, get what I can out. As you can see, there's some tiles on the floor down there, which is going to make it a little bit awkward. I've got my fork because I don't really want to be sticking my hands in there unless I need to. and we'll see how we go on. So I'm on about my 5th barrel load of straw, just going for some more. I think I'll need about another 3, maybe 4. So I'll show you how much I'm getting when I come back. So it's filling up quite nicely. Probably another 2, maybe 3 runs. I thought I was closer than what I was, because all this is going to flatten down really well when we start filling it with soil and compost. So I ain't entirely how full I should be filling this. So I said earlier I was going to go up to the second line, and I'm there. We'll see how this one does. It hasn't used as much straw out of the barn as what I thought it would. I'll show you that again in a minute. But we are going to get another one here, and the ground's a little bit harder under here, so I might not have to put any like hardcore down just to protect it. We will have it on that one though. So next thing is some soil and some compost. This year we'll be buying some compost because we haven't got any made, but hopefully it'll soon compost up in our thing. We've got some hens as well, which will help with the composting. Pole will go into it quite well, and we'll use more straw as well. So, you know, that's the way it goes. So, and then what I'm going to do is some of this under here. I know you can't see it at the moment, but a lot of it's just little bits of wood like this down here, what's like wood chips. So I'll sift through some of that, and we'll put it on top as a top dressing. Stop weeds, and hopefully it'll retain moisture. Right, so this afternoon I'm going to start trying to get some soil for this raised bed. We've got some compost to do the top couple of layers, but I want some soil for the bottom, and also I want some soil to mix in with the compost a little bit. I've just been sort of reading, and that's maybe the way to do it, so that's what we're going to have a go at. Obviously I need to dig some soil up from somewhere, so obviously we're going to want some soil for the top of there, and we don't really want to go digging a big hole in the garden or anything like that to get it out. Not garden, but you know, the land, to get it out. We're going to use some compost. We're going to use quite a lot of compost obviously, and we'll mix it into some of the soil what we're going to get. And the soil is going to come from the side garden. So we're going to dig down the side of the house there. It was suggested instead of doing a French drain down there, that I put a path in, which is a good idea. We've sort of discussed it, and we think, yeah, that's probably the way to go. It'll get us to the barns, lean-tos at the back of the house easier than walking all the way around. Need some soil from somewhere, and I need to lower this side, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start off just digging some of the surface up. Obviously there's some vines there, a rose bush and a lilac. Now I hate to get rid of the lilac, it's nice colour sometimes, and it's probably the wrong time to be digging it up now. But what I'm going to try and do is transplant it to the other side of the garden, maybe as we go. So anyway, I'm going to make a start digging some of it out. I won't get much of it done, I don't think, but you know, even a couple of barrelfuls today is better than nothing at all. We'll also have to watch it once we get to this corner of the house where the vines are, because the water pipes run up there, and I ain't sure where the water pipe runs for the pump to get to the water to that, so when I get near that I'll be trying to follow it back. So I went today to get a spade and all I could find was like a pointy shovel. I don't know whether they don't do spades as such, but I'm just going to start making down my line just to break the soil up a little bit so I know where I'm roughly heading. So what I'm doing at the moment is just getting the clumps of grass, weed, whatever they are, off the surface. Obviously all the grain will go into the composter as well, so that's a win as well. So that's my first barrow load of weeds. Just going to take it down to the compost heap. So all this will go into the compost bin and flatten some of the other down. So I'm trying to keep as much soil as I can, but obviously some's going to go in the bin. We haven't got a sieve to sieve it all out.
You should have had gloves on.
Yeah, I should have had gloves on, which I forgot to buy today.
Oh yeah.
My gloves have a big hole in them. Well, very many holes in them. She slave drives, you see, so I've worn them out. More of the weeds I can get out now.
Should have bought a sieve.
Yeah, because there's quite a lot of little stones in as well. What I might do is put this in a pile somewhere, and then we can
sieve it later.
Sieve it and turn it over and sieve it a bit before it goes into the raised beds. I think that's about it. There's one or two little green bits, but that's most of it. So I'll be doing that a few times anyway, so my pile at the bottom will start growing. So we're just going to continue on a bit with digging this out. I got up to the rows last night, so I'm going to have a go at digging that out. If I get it out, I'm going to plant it just down there. So at the moment I'm just clearing some of the earth around this rows, so I can get a bit of movement on it, see where things are. Certainly loosened it. So if I'm going to move it over there, I want to save as much room as possible. So just have a go around it and see what you're losing. Oh. Yep, I said these shafts were crap. So as you probably saw, I just broke the fork. I'm just going to put the rows somewhere down here. Keep finding all sorts of stuff in the ground. It's the electrical junction box. So I've just dug the rows in. I'm going to water it in and at least give it a chance. There's still some quite deep roots. What I couldn't get out, they snapped over here. We'll water it and give it a chance and see what happens. So as I said, I've broken the fork shaft. I'm just going to try and do a temporary repair on it. So I've taken the two screws out, but I've got to get the piece of wood out of the centre of the shaft. So what I'm going to try is a big screw up the middle, mull grips onto the screw and then tap it out. Hopefully it'll come. And then by the look of it, they've put a bit of a chamfer on the end of the shaft. So I might just have to just cut that down a bit just to get it back in. We'll see how we do. So as I said, I tried it with a screw and then tried pulling it. It seemed to move a little bit but not much, so now I'm just going to drill it out. So what I'm going to try is, I've just got a bit of a rubbishy screwdriver, and I'm just going to try and break it out. It might take a bit of time, get little bits at a time or whatever, but yeah, I want it out. So I've had a good go at doing this shaft, and as you can see, I've got quite a way down and there's still wood after this point here, which is where it bridges in. I think I'll be alright just putting the shaft into there. I'm going to get a new shaft anyway, and then I'll sort of take care of the rest. So as I said, I was going to have to repair the handle. I have done. It's, yeah, until I get another one, because it's too short for me now. So Just realised I've got a bit of wood sticking out the back of the thing, which isn't a very good thing to have, so I'm just going to go and trim it off. So I've just got to the 2 vines at the corner of the house, and I'm obviously going to need to dig them out. But one of the issues I've got is this black pipe up here is our water pipe. It comes from the box over there up the side of the house, so obviously it's buried down here somewhere. So I'm just going to have to be careful while I find that, and then I'll dig a bigger hole, trench down here somewhere, and see if I can get these vines out. They're going to have to come out at some point. May as well be now. So I've just dug this lot over, taking the weeds out which are in the barrow ready to go. But as I said, the water pipe was in this corner, and it comes halfway through the bit where I'm digging, and it's that blue unit there is a right-handed bend, so then it goes across that way. So I'm glad I didn't just carry on digging down here. I didn't expect it to come quite that far out of the wall as what it does. Yeah, it's still not a problem. We'll probably have it to move at some point, maybe bring it straight down and put another right-handed bend in, short piece of pipe, when we do something with it. But at this moment in time I've no need to do that. I do want to go as far as here, which is about another yard, and then when we knock that piece out there, which is where the sink used to drain into, we'll be able to have access straight up here. But what I'm going to do now, as you say, I've got the vines out as well. Still a bit of root in there, but as I dig down I'll get closer to that. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going to get 3 barrow loads around here. Then I'm going to shovel it up. Obviously while I'm pouring it I can see odd stones. When I'm shoveling it back in again I can sift through it. So it'll be sifted through quite a lot, even though we don't have a sieve. Yeah, so hopefully it'll be reasonably clear. Just give me an idea if there's anything else in here what needs to come out. I do know it's going to flatten down quite a lot. It'll take quite a lot of filling, even with the straw. So I don't think that plan's working as well as what I thought it was, so I'm just going to put it in the barrow and then barrow it straight out of the barrow onto the raised bed. I thought I'd see a bit more when I dropped it in, but there doesn't seem to be a massive amount in there, so we'll just carry on from there. So Ellie Rose just given me a shout because she's got an intruder in the bedroom. I hope you can see that clearly enough. Just pan out a little bit. He doesn't seem to be bothered, you know, he's not going anywhere. So, yeah, we'll get him out if we can without hurting him.
So Steve's been bringing the soil down. He's gone through quite a lot of it, taking out weeds, stones, etc. when he's got it down here, we've tipped it on top of what we've already filled, as you know, with bark, rotting branches, straw. And then Ellie Rose and I have been going through it again, trying to pick out the stones and any weeds that are left. And Steve's now just going to put some compost on.
So I think the first bag we'll probably just rub into the bottom of it when we get it spread.
Oops.
So just mix it in a little bit, do you think?
Yeah, can do.
No idea what we're doing.
It's all experimental. Getting it in the gloves.
Now we've only got enough for this half probably. We haven't started filling that side with soil yet because we didn't think we'd have enough compost. So we want it nearly to the top of here. So we'll have another couple of bags in and see where we are.
So I'm just planting up the carrots. These are the plugs we've bought. Just using a stick to make the hole. Pop them in and push the soil around them, making sure they're well covered. I've not a clue what I'm doing, but this is what I've read on the internet, so. Two to 3 inches apart, apparently. Trying to stand them up a bit. And this is the last one. Not planted very many, because what I thought I'd do is plant them sort of another couple of weeks, put some more in so that we've got a constant supply, hopefully, if they grow. So I'm going to plant something else now. I'm just going to have a look and see what I've got. So I'm just going to lay these out. It says 2 to 4 inches apart. Probably going to get another row in there as well. So I'm just planting the red onions now. As I say, 2 to 4 inches apart. I don't know what the farmer grows next door, but he brought some that were gorgeous. They were like a flattish onion, a bit shaped like a tangerine. And they were very slightly pink. I think they could have been planted a bit further this way, you know. It's better. We do use quite a lot of onions. Salads, baking, not baking, cooking. And again, I'll do the same as I'm going to do with the carrots, which is to put some more in a couple of weeks' time when we get some more beds built. I'll get everything planted and then we'll water them. So that's that done. Have you got some more soil, Steve, to go in the other side?
Yeah. Just got a few weeds to take out while I'm doing it as well.
Okay.
I'm taking some out.
Oh, I don't know what I've ended up with here, but they don't look like lettuce to me.
You got some broccoli.
Yeah. What else did I get?
Broccoli.
Did I get
Carrots.
cauliflowers?
Cauliflower.
That's it. I thought I got lettuce. So I'm going to plant the purple sprouting broccoli. They want to be 1 to 2 foot apart, apparently. Unfortunately, I haven't got as much space as I thought at the moment, so I think that's what we're going to have to do, like that. And then we're going to have to get the other side of the bed filled up and ready before we can plant the cauliflower I bought, and I've also bought some strawberries. Oh, why didn't you ask for some help?
Self-do it.
You know you're on camera.
Yeah. Been an idiot.
Yeah. Well.
That's why I did it myself, because I'm an idiot.
Don't be complaining you've got backache tomorrow and you can't do anything.
Oh, that's not we lifting that, that's digging.
Digging. No scones if you're bad. Wonder if we could get any more. Let's have a look. We've still got frosty nights at the moment as well here, so I think I'm going to have to make some sort of little greenhouse. I've been saving the water bottles that we buy from the supermarket, the big 6 litre ones. So I'm going to get Steve to cut those down to make little mini greenhouses to go over the top. I don't think we've got enough space, have we, to put any... No. Okay, so that'll have to do. So does anybody know what kind of spider this is?
And does it bite?
Where is it? Just put your finger near it.
You're not pointing the camera at it, are you?
Oh right, I've got it now. Yep. That is pretty ugly. If you know what it is, can you let us know in the comments below?
So it's a couple of days after we planted the original few, and Mum and Dad have gone now and gotten some more compost so the other half of the Hugel bed can be filled. So that's my job for today. So one of the first jobs is to rehydrate some of these dried strawberries. There was a pack of 24, I believe, that they got from Fundown Market. So I've just got half of them soaking in a tub of water. They need to soak for about 20 minutes before they can be planted. So while they're doing that, I will be planting some of the other things we've got, which I believe is cauliflower. So the other thing that we have apparently bought was cauliflower. I've had a quick Google and they need to be planted about 2 foot apart. With the space we've got left in the Hugel bed, that is not entirely possible. I think we need to start researching what the plants need before we purchase them next time. So what I'm doing is I'm planting them approximately 1.5 foot apart to try and give them the best chance possible. We may lose a few in this process, but it's better than just leaving them as they are as plug plants and them dying. So that's what I'm going to get on with now. So the 20-minute timer has just finished, which means these guys are ready to go in. I've already pre-dug the holes spaced out, so it should just be a case of popping them in now. And hopefully we'll have plenty of fresh fruit and veg this year. So that is now all of the strawberries in the Hugel bed. The only thing is, as we've still been getting just a little bit of frost, I am a little bit concerned about these guys. So I am going to make a very temporary DIY protection of some sort. That's all for this week. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. We do enjoy reading them. Also, please ring the notification bell to be informed of future videos. All of that really helps us on YouTube. If you do want to see more updates than what's just on our channel, you can also follow the links below to our Instagram and Facebook. Both are at Portugaldreamzzz. And if you do want to offer us a little bit of help when it comes to making all of these videos and growing our farm, then you can also buy us a coffee or a tree on ko-fi.com.